few hours ago at St. Peter's Basilica in Rome, Pope Francis opened the Holy Door. This gesture marked the beginning of the extraordinary Year of Mercy, a Jubilee year. It's the Pope's intention that during this year, all the people, not only of the Church but of the world, come to appreciate more deeply the love of God for them. This theme of mercy has been constant for Pope Francis throughout his pontificate. He has emphasized the mercy of God. There's a wonderful image that he has referred to often, a painting by Caravaggio, and it is of the calling of St. Matthew. St. Matthew, a sinner, yes, a tax collector, and he encounters Jesus. Jesus calls him, and Matthew follows. Matthew responds. Pope Francis emphasizes that this mercy of God is not just a doctrine, it's not a theory. It's not something we see only 2,000 years ago when Jesus walked the earth, but it is our way of experiencing God in our lives today in the midst of whatever struggle that we have. But it's important that this mercy is personal for us, that we experience personally in the midst of our need the mercy of God. I'd like to suggest from Pope Francis's writing and his speaking three moments of this mercy. And the first is that the mercy that we are speaking of, the mercy of God, is given. So God gives this mercy to all people in whatever suffering, in whatever occasion of sin, in whatever struggle that we have. God gives mercy to everyone. However, it's not enough for the mercy to be given. Each of us must receive this great gift. A gift is not fully given until it is received. And that's really where our emphasis needs to be in this Jubilee Year of Mercy, in our receiving of the mercy of God. Very often we feel distant from God. We feel as though we may have drifted away from God in many ways. We don't sense the closeness of God. We don't sense the love of God for us. And this is the heart of all of our struggle. So what we need to do is know that God gives mercy, that God gives love, but it really is up to us to receive it. We receive it by knowing our need for this. We know that nothing else can satisfy us, and so we turn to God in the midst of our need, like Matthew the tax collector, like so many others we see in the Gospels, encountering Jesus, who is the face of the Father's mercy. We need to receive this mercy. And when we receive this mercy in the midst of our own contemporary personal struggle, the difficulties that we have, in the midst of our own sin, when we receive this mercy, we are transformed, we are changed. Every moment of every day and night becomes different. There is hope. Many of our circumstances may remain the same, but we are then people who know that God is with us, who know that God loves us. And this mercy that has been given and then received is something that we cannot help but live. Our lives are so transformed by the experience of God's love and mercy that we're able to live this. Suddenly the person that we have difficulty with is no problem at all and even can become our friend. Then we are the ones who are able to pass on this mercy of God to others. I'd like to suggest maybe a starting point for our experience of this personal love and mercy of God in the midst of this extraordinary Jubilee of mercy. And that is that we understand anew that the sacraments of the Church are a place where the mercy of God, the love of God, is given, and where we are able to receive this love and mercy of God. Many people who feel distant from the Church also feel a distance from Christ, a distance from God. And therefore it's through these sacraments, especially through the sacrament of reconciliation, the prime sacrament of God's love and mercy. Perhaps you haven't been to the sacrament for many months or many decades even. That doesn't matter at all. My invitation to you is that in these opening days of the Year of Mercy, make contact with a priest. It's easy to find on the web or in other places, the times for the sacrament of reconciliation. You can approach any priest at any time in any place and ask to receive the sacrament. He will make that a priority. Begin simply by saying, "Father, it's been years, I've got no idea what to say." The priest will guide you. And then that mercy, that love, is experienced every Sabbath as we gather for the Mass. Again, perhaps you've been away from the Mass for many years, for many decades. Now is the time to return so that you can experience fully the love and the mercy of God. This is the heart of the ministry of Pope Francis. This is the invitation that he extends to you.